All right, if you hit the stage where you're ready to print, you're going to take your styrofoam plate with all the pen embossed designs. You're going to go to the back counter. You're going to grab a tray of the inks. You're going to grab a Baron. You're going to grab a foam tray. And you're going to grab a brayer. And you're going to grab a popsicle stick so that you can scoop the ink out. The first step is to spread a small amount of the ink onto the tray. So you're going to uncap that. You're going to spread a thin line of the ink across. You do not have to print in black, but if you do change colors, once you start printing, you do have to wash the block, the tray, the brayer, and all of your supplies, and then change ink colors. So I would pick a color that you think you want. You're going to spread the ink out onto the tray. We are going to use the coloring sheets from the side as our placemats to cut down on the washing. You'll put your styrofoam block on the coloring sheet and you're going to spread the ink over the entire plate. Now what you'll notice is that anywhere that you pressed in with the pen, the ink is not going to get on. So you can kind of already see how the print's going to turn out. The first few prints you should print with the black sky. After you have a couple of those prints, you are going to cut off the sky and then print. So once you have that, you are going to take the styrofoam plate very carefully, line it up on there, and then you're going to use the Baron tool to help get a smooth print transfer. If the ink doesn't show up well enough, you probably don't have enough ink. If the ink fills in all of your lines, you have too much ink and should try a second time. Each time you make a print, you're going to need to refresh the brayer. And that is a decent print, but you can see it's a little cloudy, so I didn't have quite enough ink on there. Sometimes that first print especially, you need slightly more ink. So that's a pretty nice print. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to repeat the process. I'm going to take my brayer and my tray and I'm going to refill it with a little bit of ink, because as you use up the ink, you have to replenish it. This is ink. This is not paint. They're very similar. They have a different binding agent, and so they get used differently. So I'm going to go ahead and on my same piece of scrap paper, I'm going to roll the entire styrofoam plate, coat it with ink. This time I'm going to grab a colored printing paper. These are all found on the side counter where all the rest of the styrofoam printing designs are. This time I'm going to print on blue. Again, I'm going to line up my plate, use the Baron, and we'll trim down these prints because it looks like my styrofoam cuts and my paper cuts are slightly off. Use the Baron, rub that all over. There we have a very nice print. So as you can see, you're going to start to create a series of prints. These prints should go on the drying rack. They should have your name on them, but they should all be pretty different in the case that you forget, like Miss Ill. And then all you got to do, you have to wash your styrofoam plate gently. You got to wash your tray. You got to wash your brayer. It washes really easy if you just turn on the water and roll back and forth under the water. And then you're going to leave the tray and the brayer by the sink to drip dry. Have fun with it. Have a great day, guys.